You've probably imagined it, right? Cars that just drive themselves. You could kick back, read a book, maybe catch up on work, all while you're whisked off to wherever you're going. It's this incredible promise of safety and convenience. But here's the thing. That simple little phrase, self-driving, it hides a ton of complexity. And it all came crashing down one tragic night.
To really get what's going on, we have to start here. March 2018. An Uber test vehicle, running in its automated mode, hits and kills a woman in Arizona. All of a sudden, this wasn't some sci-fi movie plot anymore. This was horribly real, with life and death consequences. So, what on earth went wrong? Well, the investigation was pretty revealing. First, the car's computer was totally confused. It saw the pedestrian but kept changing its mind about what she was. An object, a car, a bike. But get this, the human safety operator, the person who was supposed to be the ultimate failsafe, they were streaming a video on their phone. This one incident just ripped the curtain back on how messy this all is. It's not just about the tech, it's about that messy, complicated relationship between people and machines. And that whole disaster just blew the doors off a really important question. We hear the term self-driving thrown around all the time, but what does it actually mean? It's definitely not just a simple switch you can flip on or off. To really understand it, we need a better framework. And luckily, we have one. This is the official scale for driving automation. It goes from level 0, which is, just a regular car, all the way up to the holy grail, level 5, a car that can literally drive itself anywhere, anytime, no questions asked. But this isn't just about technology getting fancier. What you're really looking at is the slow handover of responsibility from the human to the machine. Let's break that down. Okay, so for levels 0, 1, and 2, and this includes most of the cars on the road today, with features like cruise control that keeps pace or lane assist, the rule is dead simple. You are driving. The system is just helping out. Your hands are on the wheel, your eyes are on the road. You are always, always responsible. Period. But then we get to level 4 and 5, and this is where everything, and I mean everything, changes. At these levels, the car is designed to work without anyone in the driver's seat. It can handle its own problems, it can pull over safely if something goes wrong, all by itself. So that leads us right to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? If there's no one physically sitting in the driver's seat, did the driver just vanish into thin air, or did they just move somewhere else? And the answer is, they moved. Meet the remote driver. This is a real person sitting somewhere else who can take over the car's steering, braking, and gas pedal in real time. So the human isn't gone from the equation. The equation just got a whole lot bigger. Now, let's be super clear on one thing. A remote driver is not the same as a dispatcher. Think of a dispatcher like air traffic control. They're managing a whole fleet, sending cars on different routes. A remote driver is more like the pilot. They're the one who can actually grab the virtual steering wheel when the computer gets stuck. To make this a little more real, let's just imagine a scenario. Picture a fictional city called Hightown. They've got a fleet of self-driving buses cruising around. Most of the time, the buses do their thing, but there's a team of remote drivers, always on standby, ready to jump in if a bus gets confused by, say, a weird construction zone or something. And you might think, okay, so their job is just to take over when the computer messes up. But actually, it's way, way more complicated than that, especially when you're talking about public transportation. Their duties go far beyond just steering. I mean, just look at this list. It's kind of wild. A remote driver for a bus has to know how many people are on board, make sure the doors are closed, and even check that luggage is stowed safely. And one of the most interesting ones is that they have a legal duty to help disabled passengers. Which, wait a minute, that raises a pretty obvious question, right? If you're sitting in a control room, maybe miles away, how in the world are you supposed to see if a passenger needs help getting on or if someone's grocery bag is rolling around in the aisle? The answer is simple and honestly a little bit mind-bending. It's all done through a massive, nonstop flood of data coming from the vehicle. That bus isn't just a bus anymore. It's basically a rolling data collection center. To pull this off, the vehicle is absolutely bristling with technology. You've got cameras looking inside and out. You've got LiDAR and radar building a 3D map of everything around the bus. And you've got a black box, just like on an airplane, recording everything that happens. The remote driver needs access to all of it to do their job. And this, right here, is where the story takes a sharp turn. Because all that data collection slams headfirst into a huge wall of data privacy laws, creating what one legal expert called a seriously tangled web of problems.
So here's the core of the problem. For that remote driver to see a passenger with a disability and help them, the system has to process what the law calls sensitive health data. And under rules like Europe's GDPR, doing that is pretty much a no-go without a really, really good legal reason. You could argue it's for the public interest, but that's a tough case to make legally. And the idea of getting explicit consent from every single person who hops on a public bus? Yeah, good luck with that. It's a logistical nightmare. So what's the big takeaway here? Automation isn't getting rid of the human driver. Not at all. It's just changing the job description. The driver's seat is no longer a chair behind a steering wheel. It's becoming a high-tech, data-heavy workstation at a desk somewhere with a whole new world of skills and responsibilities. And that leaves us with one last massive question to chew on. We started this whole journey chasing safety and convenience. But as the driver's seat turns into a desk job, it forces us to make a trade-off with privacy on a scale we've just never seen before. So are we ready for that? Are we ready to make that choice?